Today on the Platinum Patrol, we have the RathFr clan playing Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition 3v3s. As playing as the Spanish, we have the Iron Destroyer 2. Playing as the Portuguese, we have the RathFr Raz, aka King Hans 2, because his favorite thing is to try and confuse everyone. And over here we have the RathFr King Hans, or the Plat Patrol, playing as the Malay. Now, going up against them, we have another Spanish player, we have a Bulgarian, and a Mayan. So we'll have to see how this game progresses. Now, the RathFr clan has played Age of Empires 2 before sometimes, especially the Iron Destroyer 2. But this will be one of their first games playing the ranked 3v3 mode. We'll have to see how they do. They've played a couple before, and they've won most of them. So we'll have to see if they can continue the win streak, or if they'll finally be stopped here. Spanish obviously very helpful later in the game since they give bonus to trade, and as a team game, trade will probably become a fairly important part of the game when the gold starts to run out. The Iron Destroyer 2 is being his lumber camp, he's got his sheep. It looks like the RathFr Raz is looking for his boar right now. Oh no, he's building a lumber camp. His wood's a little farther away. It's slightly annoying. Not a big deal. And the Plat Patrol is down here scouting around. He managed to find some more goats. That's nice. The opponents also looks like this guy found a couple of his goats, two of them. He's missing these two. He'll probably find those. And it looks like this guy is also missing his goats. It's slightly annoying. Oh well, it's not the biggest of deals. He probably found them. This guy found all of his goats. He's waiting for them to get here at his town center. Obviously, you don't want to be waiting too much if you can avoid it. Back at the RathFr side of the map, it appears that the RathFr Raz is getting a lot of food. He's getting his boar. Very nice. He got his boar. And the Iron Destroyer 2 also got his boar. And the King Hans got his too. It appears that the Iron Destroyer 2 found his goats. Looks like he needs our house. He's building it right now. He's got a couple idle villagers. Raz is progressing. We'll have to see what kind of strategies these players go for. As the Spanish, there's obviously conquistadors, a lot of late game options. We'll have to see what they decide. They're a very open tech tree, other than the archery range. They don't even get crossbowed. So we will not see a crossbow push from this player, that's for sure. The Plat Patrol as the Malay. Well, the Plat Patrol likes battle elephants, so in the late game we'll probably see those. But probably not earlier than that. And the RathFr Raz, as the Portuguese, loves to build Feitorias, because they don't take as much effort as villagers. So we'll have to see if he goes for that. Normally he seems to like building those. Their opposition appears to be building a house. Looks like they're trying to wall off their side of the base with some houses. Probably a pretty good idea. Scouts around the map. This scout looks like it's heading to Iron Destroyer 2's base. He's going to scout and see what his opponent's up to. Always very nice to have an idea of what your opponent might be going for. Iron Destroyer 2's making some more houses. It appears that the King Hans has a scout guarding a stone mine in the back of the map. That stone mine is very valuable. The scout makes sure it doesn't get taken away. Oh, there he starts moving it around. He's going to look around the map for some more things. Raz is scouting the back, and here comes a scout. It's going to see nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to the Iron Destroyer 2's base. Collecting some more goats. He might have accidentally stolen the RathFr Raz's goats. That's why RathFr Raz is missing some. All of his villagers are idle right now. He's finished the boar. He's going to start taking some more goats. Scouts running around the map. This scout's looking for his opponent, it looks like. And there's a couple of this relic's very close. It's really nice to get. Speaking of relics, there's one by the RathFr King Hans also. One down here. This scout looks like it was guarding it for a second. Here comes the scout into the Iron Destroyer 2's base. He's going to see something very normal. A lot of goats. Some people on berries. Scout runs around. Hopefully he doesn't go too close to the town center. He sees some wood gathering. He's going back to his base. gold miners starting up here for the Bulgarian player. It's a little strange to get this early. He must be going for something in particular. Scout comes back into the base. Looks like Iron Destroyer 2 noticed, and one shot, two, and the scout goes down. That's going to be very annoying for our Bulgarian player. He won't know what's going on with both sides of the map. The Plat Patrol over here. He's getting a lot of wood. Got his berries going up to the feudal age. Probably see some kind of early aggression, since otherwise this wouldn't make too much sense if he's going for a castle age build. Scouts running around. It looks like they've located quite a bit of the map so far. How many there? The RathFr team has yet to identify an enemy base though. They've scouted around themselves pretty well, but they need to find the enemies if they're going to go for an early aggression, which it looks like based on this barracks the Iron Destroyer 2 just built. And if we go to the RathFr King Hanj, he's getting some farms, pretty good, and I believe this is the Mayan player advanced to the feudal age first. We'll have to see what he gets. So Iron Destroyer 2 did locate the purple player's base. And based on the fact he has his barracks, he's probably going to go for some feudal age attacks here. In the meantime, it appears that there's some units from the... There's 4 Spanish militia coming into the King Hanj's base after he's already made it to the feudal age. This is not a rush that is very adorable. Usually you want these militia to come pretty quick, but he's already in the feudal age. But he doesn't have loom, so it's still good. This is very interesting. Of course, now it looks like they're going to Roz's base. Maybe they'll come back around. I'm very confused by this. Also, the scout's not with them. Normally in the militia rush, you see the scout with them. Because he sent them right before he started his feudal age. Hopefully the King Hanj saw them and started upgrading loom. Doesn't appear he did, though. Very unfortunate. Looks like there's a stable being built, or a barracks being built, and the Iron Destroyer 2 built a stable. Looks like scouts are coming out for an early attack. These militia are finally coming into King Hanj's base. They ran the whole circle around it, maybe looking for somewhere they could attack. King Hanj still doesn't have loom, so these villagers are very weak. Hopefully he doesn't lose any here as these militia come in. He notices, he pulls them away. This one gets a little low, but does escape. This one also gets a little lower, and it escapes, and it looks like he's safe from this attack for now. This villager might die. This one goes down, so he lost 1 villager to the attack. That's not too bad. In the meantime, he's going to need to start making some more farms. But he can't get wood, because this attack pushed him off his wood line, so that's very annoying. In the meantime, it looks like the Iron Destroyer 2 got supply blocked, because he's intelligent like that. He can't count. The RathFr Roz, on the other hand, looks like he has plenty of houses, because he keeps building them around his lumber camp to protect people from attacking it after he saw what happened to Hanj. Looks like one militia gets picked off by the town center here. They're just running around being annoying. He still didn't get loom, probably being researched in the meantime. Hopefully he gets that pretty quick. The Iron Destroyer 2's scouts approach now. There's a hole in the wall. It's not quite done yet, and these 4 or 5 scouts are going to run here and take out these villagers. That's got to be so annoying for the Bulgarian player, knowing that his wall was almost done. There's 1 spearman. This many scouts can focus down 1 spearman and be alright. Ooh, did they trap the scout? Nope, but some good damage on it. Looks like a tower is going up in response. This one scout takes a bunch of damage from a spearman. It looks like he decides to pull away. He comes back, he focuses down the scout. He's going to focus down the spearman, keeping the weaker scout cavalry in the back, so it doesn't get finished off. Looks like he's going to take out another scout. Town center's going to open up though, that's going to hurt some of his scouts. But this is a lot of economic damage. He took out the villagers building the wall, and denied a lot of resources and forced the tower. In the meantime, it appears these 2 militia are still trying to be annoying. Looks like they did get a villager. Probably one of the weaker villagers from earlier. RathFr Raw has finished his barracks. He's got a villager hanging out. Let's look at how the economies are doing so far. It looks like everyone's around 24 to 25 villagers, except the RathFr team looks like they're closer to 30, so their economy is definitely a little bit better right now. They're banking up some resources, though. It looks like the Bulgarian player might be going to trying to go to the castle age. He's got a lot of food and gold. We'll have to see if he does go for that with all these scouts harassing him, taking out 2 more villagers. Very annoying. As far as the military goes, we just have the 4 units here, 4 spearmen hanging out here on the base. That is enough to drive off this small group of scout cavalry, though. Speaking of them, where are they going? They ran into the yellow player's base. He hasn't been bothered yet this game. Looks like he garrisons his town center quickly, takes out one of the scouts. Scouts quickly run away. Some eagle warriors coming in here. Scouts go back. Looks like another one's going to go down. Keep forcing the re-garrisons. Very annoying, though. The second group of scouts is in the purple player's base, though. They might get these gold miners. Looks like the King Hanj's scout is roaming around the map. Maybe an auto scout. The second group of Iron Shore 2 scouts is heading back now, joining up with the first one. They find the spearmen, though. The second group goes around here to harass, looking for an area where the spearmen aren't. Looks like they're going to engage a scout, pick it off, hopefully not fight the spearmen. Looks like he does pull away. These scouts looking for an opportunity. The King Hanj appears to be building his own scouts, defending his base, probably harass with those in a little bit. It appears the RathFr Roz is building a nice wall in front of his base. He doesn't want anything coming in, except if there's an archer, they can shoot right over this and kill his gold miners. So this wall only protects him from melee units. He's got a market already too. Makes sense. He's got a blacksmith going to the castle age, or he needs the trade. Change up his economy a little bit. Bulgarian players finally finishing their wall, although I'm pretty sure there's a space here he hasn't accounted for. Let's see if that's an issue. But there are still scouts in his base, roaming around, looking to do some damage. The Mayan player is trying to wall off the Bulgarian player's area because he knows there's scouts there. This villager looks like it's trying to quickly wall itself away from the base, but the scouts are forced to pull away from the spearmen and eagle warriors. Roz is starting to make a scout or two, it appears, at this point. Looks like his economy is pretty high. He might be going up to the castle age soon. We'll have to see. King Hanj's scouts come here for some harassment. They find a wall. Run away from the wall. Looks like the red player's pretty well walled in everywhere. Double layer of palisade walls here. He's got 2 villagers, send those back to work. There we go. Looks like he's safe. And the King Hanj has to pull away. I'm focusing down a spearman. Oh wait, is there a gap here? Nope. Let's start harassing the stable. This red player's scouts over here. Here's Iron Shore 2's back in the Bulgarian player's base. I like because of that hole in the wall. It takes out 2 villagers. The tower and the town center do some good damage there. Looks like 1 scout goes down running away. But that was 2 more villagers already. If we take a look at the villager count here, it appears that the Bulgarian player is stuck right around 24, which is they're not very high considering that all the RathFr players are at least 34. These are falling very far behind in the economy. It appears the Mayan player going up to build a second town center now that he's in the castle age. So his economy is going to be getting pretty strong soon too. Speaking of economies, Plat Patrol's got a lot of farms here. He's going to be spending that food on something. Not quite sure yet. It looks like he's going to the castle age though. Maybe some knights. Probably be a good idea. The Iron Destroyer 2's base is partly walled in. The part he cares about, I guess. This part's pretty open. He probably wants to put something up here to protect it. That'd probably be a good idea. Sending the scouts back in. Maybe if he keeps pressuring though, he doesn't have to worry about this. So this side of the base is walled in, but there's totally an opening right here. And these scouts are to come right in, and let's see if they do any damage. Looks like he's checking the gold. There's nothing there. Not much to do here. Everything's so focused around the town center because the Bulgarian player doesn't have very many villagers. Looks like he's trying to wall in the hole back over here, keeping his spearmen here. But he forgot about the hole on the other side of his base. Just forcing the garrison in the town center here is a lot of damage too. Looks like RathFr Roz has got his knights out. These knights will be very powerful at this stage in the game. The only thing to counter them are really some spearmen and some eagle warriors. Well, there's pikes now. Going knights after both players on your team went scout rush, you should expect them to have pikemen ready. Looks like these scouts are roaming around. Nothing for them to do. The Spanish player went up to the castle age now too. Let's see what he goes for. Maybe conquistadors, maybe knights, maybe just economy boom. We'll have to take a look. Roz's Knight's moving around now. Going to group up with the Iron Destroyer's 2 scouts, maybe. Do some damage. There are only spearmen here. The Knights could do well. And he pulls away the scouts after seeing the spearmen come in. There's 2 battle elephants here. We got the Plat Patrol, the real build here. Scout rush into walled base, into battle elephants. I'm guessing to break the wall of palisades. Looks like there's totally a hole here though. He could have run his scouts in earlier. I thought there was a hole here, but he didn't fit them in. He just attacked this table instead. Oh, that's unfortunate. Probably good for the other team though. Looks like these 3 scouts are trying to break down a palisade wall to attack this town center. I don't think that'll go very well, because they could just garrison and shoot them. This is a great town center spot. Gold and stone right here. Everyone's now in the castle age except the Bulgarian player. Looks like we have some scorpions coming out here. There's the garrison. These 2 or 3 scout cavalry will go down very quickly. Looks like they're going to run around the base and just be annoying. So an Iron Destroyer 2 is making spearmen. Don't really know why he's making those. He should know his opponent's on pikemen, because of how they've been countering him, and the pocket player, the Mayans, can't make cavalry units. The spearmen won't be very useful. In the meantime, we have the battle elephants coming here, join the scouts. Looks like he's trying to break in, even though he didn't... He should... Oh, this area is walled in now. Oh, okay. So the Spanish player saw Roz's scout come in, and then walled it in. These elephants are debating whether or not they should eat the wall. There we go. They're going to start breaking down this wall pretty quickly. Alright, looks like Roz's Knights are also harassing this Bulgarian player. He has to be so annoyed at this point. He can't finish his wall. His base keeps getting raided. Can't do very much. So these elephants are going to break through. Looks like there's another house going up to continue the wall. These spearmen come over, but these elephants are going to destroy them very quickly. And they go down. Roz has got a scout here. Some scorpions coming, some real siege weapons. But it looks like a castle is started to defend against this. And without rams, this is going to be very difficult. This castle's in a position to defend most of his base. And with just this few elephants and no mangonel, he can't really force down a town center, or even pressure one very hard. We'll have to see if he gets in before the castle is done though, maybe he can prevent it from going up. Roz looks like he's scouted pretty much everywhere. He's got another town center, he's getting a lot of wood. He's done 3 town centers now. Very nice. All the way up to 54 villagers along with Iron Destroyer 2. King Hanj is at 47. The Bulgarian player is now less than 20. It's very low. And it appears his elephants got in, but the castle just finished up, and he looks like he's going to be forced out of this base. Still though, that's forcing a very defensively positioned castle. Not much going on here right now. Looks like Roz's Knights took out a market. I'm not sure how useful that was, but it was pretty cool, I guess. These Knights can actually fight the Spearmen. They only have like an 8 attack bonus. It's pretty small compared to the Pikeman bonus, so he can take these out. And looks like he's going to take out a couple, then pack it up and run off. It's still not very cost efficient. And King Hanj's army is evacuating, some scorpions shooting at the front. There's a relic here. Let's see if he tries to get it. Does he have a monastery? No monastery yet. There's probably some relics he could get. Does anyone get a monastery? No. What's this? Looks like a university is going after the Iron Destroyer too. He's got his 3 town centers. He's getting a lot of economy. Roz's wall apparently has a couple holes in it. Actually, he just strategically positioned his houses to make an aesthetically pleasing wall. There's not like 4 holes in this. It was deliberate, clearly. These villagers are admiring his handiwork. Instead of using these villagers to build these new stables, he's going to take his other villagers, leave these ones idle. Interesting choice. Scouts exploring the map. And it appears that the Plat Patrol is pulling out after taking out this stable here. Oh, it looks like an elephant got converted. There's gotta be monks somewhere. There's a monk. So these elephants are very dangerous if they're converted. Plat Patrol's gotta be very careful about that, not let too many could take it over. Fight back very hard against his own units. Especially like that, just one got converted and killed a scorpion. That's very annoying. Hopefully he can prevent that from happening in the future. Some more scorpions in front, maybe take everything out. See if he goes mass scorpion. There's a knight here that was made, and it's hanging out. I'm not sure what it's doing. I thought this was a scout for a minute, like the scout was just roaming the map and then it stopped. It's queued up commands, but this is a knight. Not harassing anything. Interesting. Roz has a lot of knights though. Wow, he has a very strong army here. What's he gonna do with it? Speaking of armies, what's going on in the Mayan player? Is he getting up to his plumed archers? What is he going for? It appears he just has these units here. He's got 16 infantry units, so that's these. Eagle Warrior, Eagle Scouts, and Pikemen. Roz has a massive army, he could overwhelm this. Looks like he'd take on pretty much anyone's army at this point. All their armies seem to consist of infantry, spearmen, pikemen, some eagles. There's a conquistador group here, though. Let's see if this does any damage. Looks like it's coming to raid the Flat Patrol's economy. This monk hopefully doesn't get... This monk's gonna die. That's annoying. He's probably gonna pick up those relics. Yep, there he goes. Just gunning down the religious people there. All these villagers are gonna take a lot of damage. King Hodger's army is elephants and scorpions. This is so slow. These conquistadors can just run around forever and be annoying. That's not good. He will most likely have to deal with that. In the meantime, Roz has a massive army, 33 units moving out across the map. What's he gonna do? Looks like the economy or the military production is starting up from the Mayan player, though. Getting archery ranges, getting more barracks. Probably some combination of pikemen and archery units. Iron Destroyer 2 has a group of pikemen, 2 mangonels, and some scouts, so this could actually pressure the town center and this tower if they can get in. Looks like he's positioning his units to not get shot by the mangonels. These spearmen cannot fight this army. The pikes are better. The pikes have better upgrades. They've got both their attack upgrades so far, and the armor ones. And these, so the mangonels target down the house that's the lowest HP in the walls and try and break in quickly. See if his teammate comes and helps him out. Roz pulls back. He could be helping out Iron Destroyer 2 right now, but there's conquistadors in his base. That is very annoying. But these knights should be able to drive them away once they get back. He's going to take some economic damage here, though. Spanish player really taking the pressure off of some of his allies for a minute. His army comes in. There's a tower. The tower starts shooting some of these units. The mangonels look like they're going to take out the tower. 2 mangonels can take out the tower. The spearmen come in. They back up. The mangonels drive them away. Looks like he's going to have his random units attack the wall. Maybe he'll take the tower out a little bit. This scout could have done some damage to the mangonels. Didn't really have a chance, though. This guy... Bulgarian player still has everything garrisoned. Should probably let his stuff go back to work. He's losing out a lot of mining time here. And it looks like his allies showed up with some eagles and pikemen. This is might be enough to push away the Iron Destroyer 2. So it looks like they're going to attack together. Hopefully for them, these mangonels don't do a lot of damage. It looks like he has them attacking the building though, so they should be fine. Probably looking somewhere else. Pulls them back. Looks like they don't get any good shots off, and these 2 armies together will destroy the Iron Destroyer 2s. In the meantime, it looks like he's got some conquistadors in his base now, run around the whole map, taking out 1 villager and preventing these houses from being built. Not that he really needs them. He's got 40 open population space right now. These villagers don't need to run, and they start running back towards this town center. Hopefully they can get there without taking too much damage. Every conquistador's missed its shot. That's pretty nice, and it's missed again. These are stormtrooper conquistadors. Looks like only 1 villager's gonna go down, and the pikemen will appear and push away these conquistadors. The Platinum Patrol still has his knight outside his base. He's going for more barracks, so some kind of infantry push, I'm guessing. Maybe some pikes to take out the conquistadors. Roz runs in here to the Spanish player's base with a whole bunch of units. The conquistadors try and hold this off. There's a castle nearby, but he takes out the gold miners here. That's pretty good. He's getting too close to this castle, though. He'll do a lot of damage, especially if he doesn't have his armor upgrades, which he hasn't gotten yet. He's only gotten the attack upgrades. Normally, if you're raiding with your knights, or even in general, you want to get the armor upgrades first on them. Especially if you're attacking town centers like this. This is going to be very costly to him if he tries to go for this. Looks like he is going to go for it. Also, if you move your units directly underneath the town center and then right-click on it, they'll all be hitting it, and some like this will not be doing this running around. You hit it with all the units. That'd probably make this a little bit better. He's going to lose a lot of knights here. But if you can take out the town center, it might be worth it. Maybe. He's losing a lot of knights for this. He had 33 when he ran in here. It looks like he's down to about 12 or 15 now. Oh, catching these villagers is good. 2, 3, 4 go down. 5. They didn't make it to the castle. It's a lot of damage. Second castle goes up. It looks like he's going to pull out with about 10 knights left. He took a lot of damage in that. Not sure that was really worth it. Maybe we should build some siege weapons to siege the buildings. Might be an idea. Speaking of the siege weapons, how many scorpions is the Plat Patrol at right now? Looks like he's got around 12. That's a lot. Scorpion and battle elephants running around. What happened to those conquistadors that ran on the map? Oh, looks like they were killed by some pikemen outside Iron Destroyer 2's base. That's nice. So the Plat Patrol can leave his base now and not worry about those taking him out. Oh, he found the knight. The knight ran in and died to spearmen. Alright, well, at least he used it. Forward castle coming up, or a defensive castle coming up here on this hill. Very nice. Should protect his base from anything in the front. And it looks like Roz has already reinforced his knights with another 30. Up to 35. And it appears the Plat Patrol stole this guy's relic outside his base. Wow. Oh no! He's gonna get taken out! He's not gonna steal the relic! And it looks like that monk dies, and Roz is here for revenge. See how these knights do against these eel scouts. They'll do quite well against. The pikemen not so much, but there's way too many knights here. There's something garrisoning these siege workshops. Hopefully there's no mangonels gonna pop out. Some conquistadors here to defend his base. Iron Destroyer 2 is moving in here. He sees a bunch of pikemen and scouts. But he has hussars now. Hussars and 2 trebuchets and 2 mangonels. Very effective army against what he's facing, which is basically nothing except some buildings. So the trebuchets will win. These hussars do not trade effectively here against the pikemen and scouts, but there were so few that now he can take his position up. It looks like he's going to start sieging down this castle. Roz ran out of the base once he saw this position with the castles in it. Probably a good idea this time. Doesn't want to lose another 30 knights to a town center. Speaking of losing a town center, though, this Bulgarian player will lose his very soon, and he does not have the economy to really support anything else. He's still only at about 35 villagers, so losing this means he can't produce them. He's going to have to go somewhere else. The Mayan player did put a castle in his base to defend, but with these trebuchets here, that's not even that much of an advantage. No one else is in the Imperial Age, except for the Mayan player, and he doesn't have any trebuchets of his own over there, or really anything that could help out. He's got 4 villagers, though. Looks like they're going to build a barracks. He's going to start building units over here. The Bulgarian player will definitely need it. Looks like Iron Destroyer 2's army is advancing. Roz is about to break in on the Spanish player's base, surrounding it. There's got to be like 60 knights here, just like spread around his base, ready to break in. So that'd be so terrifying for a Spanish player. He's got maybe like 12 conquistadors somewhere, a couple castles, and there's knights everywhere. Nope, the conquistadors are harassing the Plat Patrol's base. It looks like these units are fighting, just taking out some buildings. The town center will probably go down. These conquistadors find some pikemen. Plat Patrol almost gets some hits off there. But it looks like the attack from Iron Destroyer 2 is enough to take out the Bulgarian player. Roz has knights everywhere inside this guy's base. It looks like there's nothing he can do about it at this point. He's just trying to raid the economies. He's going to have to bring these conquistadors back to have a chance of defending. The Mayan player really hasn't built many units here. He's got the same thing. He's got a couple skirmishers now, some archers. He has halberdiers. So, I guess Iron Destroyer 2's army, he will destroy it very quickly with these hussars. There's only 2 mangonels. Now they're onagers, though. They'll do a lot of damage. He has to be careful. Roz just runs 60 knights at this castle and this town center. They're right next to each other. It's a lot of supporting fire. These conquistadors are here, too. I don't know if he has enough to get this. Yeah, retreating from this is probably the best idea. This army here could be Iron Destroyer 2's. It all depends how the onager shots go, and if he tries to fight this with the hussars. We'll have to see. In the meantime, the Plat Patrol's army is very strong. We'll have to see if he gets a chance to use it before this pressure gets too much, or if his teammates need them. He enters the Imperial Age, probably waiting for a couple trebuchets. This town starts getting attacked. These 2 onagers go for an attack. Oh, and they just take out maybe a third of this army's HP all at once. There's so little HP left now, especially on these halberdiers. There's only 6 of them. Looks like Iron Destroyer 2 moves in after those onager shots. Probably enough to take this fight. This town center will go down. There's not really much the Mayan players left to do. He has a couple halberdiers, but there's just too many hussars at this point. And it looks like there's more coming. More onagers being built. Roz has 50 knights left still, and it looks like this is too much. And the Mayan player resigns. He's all by himself. The Spanish player will probably be forced to leave as well. The Plat Patrol never got a chance to use his massive army. Oh, he's using it now. Moving out of his base. The real use. Nope, he's just repositioning it so he can look at it better. Nice. Looks like he wants his trebuchets, but he's making conscription instead. Conscription and halberdiers. Not sure that's what you want at this point. And it appears that the Spanish player finally left the game.